Folks, welcome to the Picasso's Pizza halftime show, brought to you by, guess who? Picasso's Pizza. Folks, it is 17-7 Buffalo Bills, your Buffalo Bills, my Buffalo Bills, our Buffalo Bills. A crazy start and back-to-back, field-going drives. Bills go all the way down to the one, get stopped on probably a questionable play call. I don't think Dable will be dialing up Lee Smith on 4th and goal at the one anymore. And then on the flip side, the Bills get a number of stops. Of course, you have Zach Moss with the fumble. And, the way it rang to me right then was, I'm glad it's happening in the first quarter or whatever of a game, that's not the playoffs. Because, honestly, Zach Moss had been running pretty smooth. He was kind of due for a little bit of a rookie mess-up. I mean, a rookie, mistake, plain and simple. So I'm glad that, bottom line, we were able to get it out of the way, and by the time this game's all said and done, he might make a play that helps him get over the edge. It's still 17-7 Bills. At halftime, we're about 12 minutes away from the second half. The defensive front playing pretty well. The DBs are playing decently. Mullins has done a pretty good job navigating the pocket so far. There's been a couple times where he's been able to step left, he's been able to step right and make a play, but speaking of making plays, Josh Patrick Allen, 236 yards, 19 of 23 at half. I hate to say it. Tyrod haters are going to hate to hear it. This was a Tyrod game. 236 yards and 2 TDs. This is Josh Allen in half. Now, what has McDermott and Dable done over the past couple years that Bills fans want them to progress from? Do not take the foot off the pedal. We need to go pedal to the metal here. We need to absolutely drive it home. The defense is getting stops. It's 17-7. Let's get a defensive stop. And then let's go and score on them. Let's score at will. Because right now, they can't stop Cole Beasley. 7 receptions for 113 yards. Diggs is getting open. He's pacing a double-digit reception game. So they're just getting it done. You love to see it. I'll tell you what you don't love to see. While we're scooting around things here on the Picasso's Pizza halftime show, two things. 1, 2. The field looks terrible. There was one play where Jerry Hughes literally slipped up, and I thought, honestly, he was about to be sucked into the field by a field monster because it just looked so awful when he was there. But with that said, and then the other thing, I forget who it was it wasn't Hughes, it was maybe Beasley or somebody that slipped. Diggs obviously had the questionable play when they were called for holding. But yeah, so we have a 17-7 game. What are the keys to the second half? Chime in on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. What you guys think the Bills need to do in the second half to get it done. Obviously, they have a 10-point lead. They need to carry that momentum over. It goes without saying. The other thing I didn't like, besides the field, the mispronunciation of names. Did anybody else hear Ryan McDermott? Did anybody else hear Mike Milano? Sherman can't contain Diggs, says Zach McAdoo. Zach McAdoo, that's your number 1 wide receiver in the league right there, mister. You know that. But yeah, the field looks terrible, and the mispronunciation of the names is terrible. Brian McDermott and Mike Milano with no correction after, so it wasn't like they knew what was happening. Yeah, it is tough to do two games that quick, no doubt. Chime in on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. But the field torn up, and I know why it's torn up. It's because Cole Beasley is straight getting it done, folks. Oh no, did I scroll out of my window with the score here? What do we got? Okay, we got it back. But, yeah, so Josh Allen's dominated. Mullins has 57 yards passing. At the end of the day, you can't be afraid of that. Mostert has 28 yards. You can't be afraid of that. You need to do what you do, which is just execute. The Bills need to come out and play their game in the second half. They need to not take the pedal off the metal. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to do. And speaking of all you need to do is just check out trainwrecksports.com. Trainwrecksports.com. New articles every day. But 17-7, up at half, you got to be feeling pretty good. Rich Martin, Cole is insane right now. He cannot be covered. Cole, I mean, my mom said Cole and I need to have a golden hair off. And right now, he is playing his hair off, honestly. So hopefully it's Gabe Davis and Stephon Diggs stretching the defense. By the way, the one thing I love to see on Dawson Knox touchdown, Stephon Diggs, the lead blocker. I mean, this guy was not afraid to go out in front and get it done for the team. And you love to see that. That's the effort it's going to take to get to that next level. That's the effort it's going to take to get to, I mean, we have playoff caliber, but we want championship caliber. And it starts tonight. It starts by playing a good second half, for the Buffalo Bills. It starts by getting their first win on Monday Night Football this century. I mean, that Home Alone graphic was pretty ridiculous. I'll give them credit because a lot of people said the Josh Allen table dive last year was a terrible one, but I'll give them credit where it's due. And I see him getting credit where it's due. Picasso's Pizza, locations all over Western New York. Go on Goldbelly, and get their food if you want. But it's been awesome, folks. We'll be with you after the game, hopefully. And, I mean, we will. We will. And the Bills are going to get this done. Let's go. Raise your glasses. Eat those wings. And let's eat those yards if you're Cole Beasley. Get it done for the Bills. Currently leading 17-7 at half. Picasso's Pizza, Picasso Pizza. Let's go.